Welcome, everyone. This morning, I'm joined by Robert Nistico, the CEO and chairman of Splash Beverage. Robert, thanks for being here. How are you?
Oh my gosh, absolutely outstanding. Very nice to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely, Robert. It's the first time having you with us, and it's an absolute pleasure to be able to speak with you. Let's start off and learn a little bit more about the business to get some context. Can you tell us a little bit about the economics of the distribution business that you're in?
Yeah, well, there are a couple of things, and obviously we have to keep in mind we are a public company, so we can only speak on things that are in the public domain. But that said, the beverage space is really a great space, and this is what I believe. We believe that we're somewhat, somewhat. I can't say recession proof because that's a pretty serious claim, but people drink beverages regardless of what's going on economically. So read into that as you wish. So the economics of distribution in itself are really very, very good. And a lot of it comes down to volume as well. It's interesting because Splash Beverage is designed, the platform we designed here really is a portfolio approach to the business. So we have multiple brands. We believe, again, I'll use that word, it dilutes risk, spread out ourselves into different segments within the beverage space. But more importantly, margins. The economics are really very interesting. So we have brands that are higher volume with, of course, lower penny profit, and brands that are lower, not I will say low volume, but slower volume with much higher penny profit. In our case, Tap Out, a tremendous brand. We're in the process of building out distribution right now. But then we have a really great tequila called Salt Naturally Flavored Tequila, where we have exceptionally high margins on and does a really nice job for the bottom line.
That's outstanding. Speaking to the distribution, building off of that a little bit, you've announced a series of recent distribution agreements, of course. Tell us how that's helping you execute the business strategy that Splash Beverage carries.
Right. Really great time in our development here. It's an inflection point for Splash. When we purchased Copa di Vino, what we call the Shark Tank brand, James Martin, the founder, went on Shark Tank a couple of times, didn't take any money. So we see those episodes aired quite a bit, which is great. But when we purchased that, it came with some really cool features, not just a great brand. One of which was 82 Bud distributors that historically had been distributing the product. That's a very, very important thing. We have a lot of very strong distribution contacts. When I was with Red Bull, we had Miller, we had Coors, but we never really had the entire beer DSD. DSD stands for Direct Store Delivery beer distribution network. Very, very important. It's like having 16, 17,000 Splash Beverage salespeople out there. So when we bought Copa di Vino, we immediately started communicating with all those Budweiser distributors. And fast forward to a year later, here we are sitting with a signed agreement with InBev and AB1 for distribution throughout the market here in the United States. Very, very important. I could talk about distribution for hours, but I'll leave you with this thought. It's surprising. So many young beverage companies, they either underestimate the difficulties of distribution. In some cases, unfortunately, they underestimate the importance of it. It is beat into our DNA over here. There's nothing more important than being on shelf. If you're not on shelf, you're not for sale.
No, absolutely. That makes sense. We're going to talk about something a little exciting on your front, too, the Splash is working on. Talk to us about Walmart, some of the other premier brands that you've been working on. What are some of the partnerships and the opportunities that you guys are seeing in this space that are going to catalyze growth for you this year?
Right. So not only do you need A-plus distributors, you also need A-plus retailers, in this case, Walmart. Again, if you're not in distribution, you're not on the shelf, you're not for sale. It's the three-tier system here in the United States. It's supplier, retailer, distributor, retailer. So we were very, very, very pleased to expand our distribution with Walmart. We've already in about a third to a half of the Walmart spirit stores with our tequila, Salt Tequila. And then the isotonic folks gave us the nod to start the brand off in the state of Florida, which we're right now in the middle of filling. In fact, all weekend long, the whole team was out merchandising and loading stores, even the accounting and finance folks to help out our distributors. But it's a really, really important authorization for us not because we only want to be with Walmart. Of course, we'll go well beyond that, and we do have business in a number of chains already, and we expect to have more and more coming every day. But to be partnered with AB1 and InBev and top retailers, global retailers like Walmart, it's a pretty important thing, especially for a growing emerging company like ours.
No doubt. Well, the potential there is clear, and obviously excited to see what you guys do with that partnership. A lot more on the horizon, no doubt. Robert Nistico, the CEO and chairman of Splash Beverage, thanks for joining us. Can't wait to talk again soon.
Yes, sir.